Coach Lord, you opened up your homestand with a couple of wins. Ring that bell.
Here we go, Danny.
The UTRGV Coaches Show starts now. Hey Coach, nice ride.
You can get them here in North Park, Lexus.
You ready to do this?
Let's go do it.
All right, let's go.
December to remember.
December to remember. Welcome to the UTRGV Coaches Show. Daniel Elizondo with UTRGV Men's Basketball Head Coach Matt Figger. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Daniel, thanks for having me.
Coach, you guys had one game last week up at Corpus. It was a close one all the way through. What did you see from the team out there?
Well, I felt like early on, Daniel, we did some really good things. We really defended well early. We were able to have some flow. We built a 16-point lead. The immaturities of our team to protect things like that, and we have to exert so much energy because we've got so few players. We've got to learn how to catch our breath, protect leads, and have ball security. Again, it's starting to sound like a broken record, but our losses are coming from lack of ball security. Now, what's the tie-ins to that? In practice, we don't get the reps right now because of our numbers of injuries, where we are low on numbers, so we don't get to play 5-on-5 up and down the floor. It's one thing when you can play in the half court and guys retain that, but I always get this question from a lot of fans. Coach, tell me about free throws. Okay. Well, it's the same. Turnovers and free throws. Why are you turning the ball over? Why can't you make free throws? Well, when you have a young woman that plays basketball, and they run up and down that 94-foot floor, which is 30 yards long, over and over, 8, 9, 10, 11 times, fatigue starts really setting in, and you're not jogging. Yeah. You're sprinting. So there's no a play where you just huddle up for 25 seconds like you do in football or stuff. It's constant. So we can't get that constant in practice. So when we're in the games, that constant wears us down and fatigue-wise, and that leads to the turnovers and the mishaps. And, also we've played really good teams. Give those guys credit. Corpus is 9-1. Arizona's 8-0. Texas is 7-2, Illinois is 7-3. So it's not like we've played a cupcake group of guys. It's really allowed us to see what where we're weak at, and where we've got to get better is obviously cut down on the turnovers, defensive rebound. Those are the two major Achilles heel that stand out, that just cripples winning, and we've got to learn how to fix those. And that's our concern. It's not like we're putting our head in the sand and neglecting it. Take care of the basketball and rebound it. And we do those things, we're going to be okay. And if we can get some people back into play, and these injuries just aren't. These are multiple game injuries that guys have missed. I mean, Jeff O'Cherry has played 18 minutes all year in 10 games. 2 games he's participated in. Malik Anderson has participated in 2.5 minutes of basketball in 10 games. We have been without Merrick Nelson, who scored 23 points in the last time he played. So those guys have been out. We've missed Laquan Butler for 3 games. We've had just those things. You just can't build any continuity. And as a coach, it pains me sometimes to sit on the sideline and practice and look at all the guys we have doing non-basketball things. So my Christmas wish is we can just get healthy.
Couple of constants though for you guys. You had Justin Johnson in the lineup pretty much every game. You had Ricky Doc Nelson in there. What have they brought to the team this year, and how have you leaned on them so far?
Well, I've really had to keep my wagon hitched to them. They're playing a lot of minutes. They're getting beat up and things and grinded on. And these last couple games, those 2 guys have had the ball in their hands trying to make plays, and they've turned the ball over way too much. But they're playing way too many minutes right now. And we got to keep them fresh, and hopefully we can, as we move forward, we can start having the ability to keep those guys fresh. But right now, I think Rick has given me everything he could possibly give me. Justin had a little setback for some illness, but he didn't. He chose to play and fight through it. So I have to give those guys young men, a lot of credit. We just got to keep building around them.
You talked about Justin Johnson earlier in the season that you recruited him at your previous stop. Now he's with you. What have you seen from him, and was this what you expected from him?
I always seen the potential. Very, very, he's very gifted. The thing is that I see him starting to mature more and more on a daily basis. He has the ability. I mean, his statistics. You take the turnovers out, which are under 4 a game. He's averaging almost 20 points a game. His field goal percentage is 65%. His 3-point field goal percentage is in the 50s. Really, the only place he's leaving points is at the free throw line. You put all that together, he's a pretty efficient player. I've had several coaches. It's like, wow, this kid's pretty good, man. So been real happy with him. The young man from Montgomery, Alabama, Raekwon Taylor, has been really growing. I tell guys, listen, every school, every team has to have a leading scorer and a leading rebounder. That doesn't make you a good team or a good basketball player, because every school has them. But I'm seeing strides out of these guys that we brought in. Ray Taylor's he posted a 19 rebound game last week. So I see some of those glimpses and I go, okay, we can put all this stuff together. We get guys back and we might have something to go forward with.
Through the first 10 games of the season, what have you learned about your team? Take away all the injuries and all that. What have you learned about your team through this first 10 games of the year?
They still have a lot of fight to them. They deal with some setbacks, but the guys who have been every day, they've kept a pretty good attitude, and we don't try to look at the record or whatever. We just try to live for the day. Can we get better today on Monday? Can we get better today now on our opportunity on Tuesday? Can we get better to the next? That's what we look at. And so I don't look down the road. I'm just looking like, where can we get better today? What can we do as a team to get better? And so at the end of practice, I talked to those guys about that. Hey, we didn't get better today in this area. This area we got to get better if we're going to win games. So that's the focus we've had ourselves engaged in. But the guys have they've dealt with a lot of adversity early. So I'm hoping that they start really you get to a point where you go, hey, I've seen it all. We've been in all these situations. I'm experienced with this. I can handle it, and let's grow. Because every time you have failure or mistakes, It's a learning experience and it's a chance to grow. So I look at it in those aspects.
So now looking at any games down the road, what are some areas of your team that you want to focus on today?
Today we're going to work on trying to not turn that ball over, man. That's been my biggest thing. Stop turning the ball over. When you turn the ball over 30-some% of every possession, you know that's the chance that you don't have to put the ball up, and that's a chance you're giving the opponent to score. So we've got to cut back on that.
Coach Figger, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate you, Daniel. Thank you.
UTRGV men's basketball will be back in action this Friday at UTSA, and then they'll return to the UTRGV Fieldhouse on Tuesday to close out their non-conference schedule. You can get your tickets at utrgvtickets.com. We'll take a break. On the other side of the break, we'll have UTRGV women's basketball coach Lane Lord. You're watching UTRGV Coaches Show from North Park, Lexus, Rio Grande Valley.
In the minute it takes to knock back your drink, spot your new crush, or cheer on the home team, you could do something that really makes a difference. Sign up as an organ donor. In less than a typical timeout, you could sign up to save 8 lives. It sure beats using a minute to mustard that hot dog. Sign up at tosa1.org.
The Rio Grande Valley is growing every day. That's why you need a team you can trust. 2 stations, 2 languages.
Se le pide a cualquier persona con información de...
The most experienced news anchors in the valley.
And Andina Herrera Garza.
The largest weather team keeping you informed in English.
The tracker front updates forecast.
Y en español.
Te le voy a estar explicando un poco más de eso.
A sports team covering the RGV like no one else.
What this win means.
We're live in the morning, at noon, and in the evenings. Anytime you need us, we're online and on social media too. We do this all in both languages.
We are tracking breaking news.
Nosotros estamos aquí para platicarles cómo va.
Who else can deliver this type of coverage?
Tonight at 10 in the meantime, have a great evening.
No one. Channel 5 News
And Azteca Valle.
working together for you.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Now hiring awesome crew. Apply at work@canes.com.
I got mine because I'm a former student athlete.
I've got mine because the UTRGV Vaqueros are a hometown team.
I've got mine. These
I've got mine because I'm a proud alumni.
I've got mine.
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 I've got mine. Go Vaqueros.
Get yours. UTRGV basketball season tickets are on sale now. Visit goutrgv.com/tickets.
TownePlace Suites by Marriott, Edinburgh's newest destination spot and a host hotel of UTRGV Athletics, with the amenities that a frequent long-stay traveler or visiting team in town to take on the V-Nation looks for. The nightlife is amplified with Ignite Lounge, a great way to wrap up a long workday or celebrate a big win. TownePlace Suites by Marriott on Trenton, in between Business 281 and Sugar Road, and minutes away from the excitement of UTRGV. TownePlace Suites by Marriott, Edinburgh.
We all want the best for our families. To love, to laugh, to live a healthy life. At UT Health RGV, we believe every family should have access to the most advanced medical care, right here, close to home. With over 100 board-certified doctors at 20 locations valley-wide, with life-saving procedures and treatments that keep you and your family healthy, UT Health RGV is here for you. High quality care for every patient, for every family. Find your way to the best care at uthealthrgv.org.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Coach? Nice ride.
Thanks, Danny.
You ready to do this?
Let's do it. We're at beautiful North Park, Lexus.
Let's go.
Let's go do this.
Welcome back to the UTRGV Coaches Show. I'm Danny Elizondo. This is UTRGV Women's Head Coach Lane Lord. We're coming to you from North Park Lexus, Rio Grande Valley in San Juan, where they're having the December to Remember sales event. Coach, thanks for joining us. You're coming off of a good week where you came off with a couple of wins against Houston Baptist and Incarnate Word. Coach, you guys were on fire from the three-point line against Houston Baptist, hitting 11 threes, season high, 43%. What did you see from the girls out there?
Well, I think we were playing with a lot of confidence, but I think it all started from we were touching the paint, touching the post, working inside out, and we were able to get some open looks. And I think we have 4 or 5 different players hit threes, and Sarah had a big night for us again. But yeah, I think once that Janae hit those first 2, I think the confidence from the rest of the team took off, and we took Janae off the point, moved her to the 2 spot, and I think it really helped all of us.
Yeah, definitely. You talk about those 3-pointers from Janae. She felt like after that first one, the hoop got a little bit bigger, and she just kept shooting them, and it kind of fed off to everybody else on the team. You talk about Sarah Brashears, 23 points. She had another good night for you guys. I think she's led the team in scoring 5 times already this season. What have you seen from her throughout this year and this last week?
Well, I think she's healthy for the first time in her 3 years here. So when we have a healthy Sarah, we know we're going to get massive production. She's a scorer, not just from the 3-point line, but she can work inside. We kind of laugh. She's got a little Akeem Olajuwon shake move, a little Larry Bird fadeaway. She has the whole package, and what she's really done for us lately is get to the foul line as well. So that ability, she's a tough matchup at 6 foot. She can play inside, like I said, outside, and then she's good off the bounce. So, but really, I thought against Houston Baptist, the game started with Janae making those first 2, and then she made her 3rd one in a row, but they called a foul. But you could tell she was ready to go, and I think the change of moving her off the point and starting the freshman Casey Kyle. We also have Maria Lorente that started that game, got hurt in that game, but Casey really gave us a great lift as well.
What does that do for Janae confidence-wise, going from the point guard to the shooting guard position? It's a whole different list of responsibilities for her. What does that do for her and her game?
Well, I think it takes a little pressure off her because she has to work so hard to get the ball at the floor. And, she hadn't been making a lot of threes. I think she only made a couple, and then she made 6 in the last 2 games. So, 4 threes, that was a career high for her. And I just think she was able to get in the flow of the game. We need another scorer. We've got Taylor Muff scoring double figures, of course, Sarah Brashears, and we need another player to step up and give us double figure scoring. And Janae had 14 in this game and did that for us.
Yeah, you talk about Taylor Muff. She's been consistent for you all season long. She's a grinder. She's an athlete down low. What have you seen from her this past week?
Well, she just gives us great leadership, number one. But she's the first one in the gym, last one to leave. As a graduate transfer that hadn't played basketball in 5 years, she just instant respect on our team. But with her work ethic, great student, 4.0. Just what a coach is looking for in a student athlete, that's Taylor Muff, and we're so excited she's here for this 1 year. But she's brought our team toughness and accountability. She keeps our players accountable, make sure they're doing extra shooting, getting in the gym, and Danny, we have 5 weeks right now where we just get to play basketball. School finals are over, and we get to be like pros now. Just no other responsibilities. Just let's get better. These conferences right around the corner. Let's get in the gym and get better.
So you guys picked up some good momentum against Houston Baptist, carried that into Incarnate Word. Talk about that game. You guys went to the free throw line, made 20 free throws, season high there as well. What was the mindset against Incarnate Word?
Well, Incarnate Word's a really tough matchup. They run the Princeton offense, which is a lot of back cuts and back doors, and they caught us a few times, but defensively only giving up, I believe, 57. Just another great performance on the defensive end. We were down in the rebound category at half, ended up out rebounding them by 4. We really did a great job executing the scout, and that Princeton offense, man, it's hard to guard. But I thought we did a wonderful job, and then we were able to get to the foul line. This is the first game all year we shot more free throws than our opponents. It's something we've been working on. We went back to the dribble drive motion offense a couple games ago. These last 2 games, we were running a ball screen offense, and I think it's helped us attack more and get to the rack and get fouled.
Yeah, you talk about getting to the rack and going to the free throw line. Sarah, another good game, 27 points. She went to the free throw line 12 times, made 10. It's a little bit of a different shift from what we saw against Houston Baptist. And what does that say about her game, being able to go to the line so much?
Yeah, she was aggressive, and she was shooting 97% from the line going into the game. Now she's at 92 because she missed 2 free throws, but what a great player. She was able to kind of put her team on her back there, and certainly in the second half when we needed, and we were setting up isolation plays for her, and she produced.
Yeah, you mentioned putting the team on her back. It just seemed like every time Incarnate Word got a little close, she would make a couple buckets, go to the free throw line. In her second year, actual full year, what have you seen from her growth mentally on the court?
Yeah, I think she's always been able to shoot the ball, but I think her ability to get to the basket is what she's improved on the most. Her toughness is, she's tough down there. She's got a long, lanky body, but she's very physical. And I tell you, the biggest thing she's improved on is her rebounding too. She had the huge rebound late against Incarnate Word, or got the jump ball. We had the possession arrow, and they had a chance to tie it late. And then she, made some clutch free throws down the stretch. But the knack to go get the basketball on the defensive end is probably her biggest improvement. And then offensively, just attacking. A
gritty win for you guys against Incarnate Word. They came back. You fought back and took control late. What does that speak of your team, and how good is it to be able to get a win like that?
It's really big because you look out there, we do have a young team, and we're also young in experience. We have some players that have been here a couple of years, but they've been role players. Now they're asked to play more minutes, and it's the first time for them to do that. You look at Tiffany McGarity, Haley Jones, those players. We're starting a freshman. We've started another freshman, Brooke Jessen, 3 games. So it's a young team. So getting this week was great for us at home. Getting these close wins, it's just going to add to our confidence.
And this week you guys go to South Padre Island for the UTRGV SPI Classic. A couple of games down there. How exciting is it to get back out to the island?
Well, I'm really excited. We were able to go watch the men just a couple weeks ago when they had their tournament. What an event. It was electric atmosphere, and we're excited to get to the Lower Valley and engage with the Brownsville community, South Padre Island community, and we can't wait to get down there. It's going to be awesome.
You get to play UTSA and Liberty this week. What's going to be key to having a good week down there?
Yeah, UTSA will be our first game. We'll play them Friday, 6 o'clock. And we've played UTSA every year we've been here. It's the former University of Texas coach, is now over at University. Her name's Karen Aston. She's over at UTSA, so that'll be a great matchup for us. And then Liberty, who's actually 9-1 right now, receiving votes. I think they've been to the NCAA tournament 22 out of the last 25 years, so a great opponent for us. And I think both, Grand Canyon will be there from our league, and Grand Canyon and us will play those 2 teams. And I think all the teams will travel well, so I'm expecting good crowds, and I know we'll have a good crowd as well. And we'll have our band there and cheerleaders, and so we're excited about it. And
when you came up with the idea of having that tournament down at the island, what was the big draw for you to be able to do this?
Just to showcase what we have down here in the valley, and we have a campus. We have a campus in Brownsville. We have a campus on the island with marine biology. So just to showcase what UTRGV has, and this is really special. It's really a priority that we want to play as many games as we can in Padre every year, so we can continue to grow our fan base.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us today. We'll be back to wrap it up here from North Park Lexus in San Juan.
We all want the best for our families, to love, to laugh, to live a healthy life. At UT Health RGV, we believe every family should have access to the most advanced medical care right here, close to home. With over 100 board-certified doctors at 20 locations valley-wide, with life-saving procedures and treatments that keep you and your family healthy, UT Health RGV is here for you. High-quality care for every patient, for every family. Find your way to the best care at uthealthrgv.org.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
I got mine because I'm a former student athlete.
I've got mine because the UTRGV Vaqueros are a hometown team.
I've got mine. Visa.
I've got mine because I'm a proud alumni.
I've got mine.
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 I've got mine. Go Vaqueros.
Get yours. UTRGV basketball season tickets are on sale now. Visit goutrgv.com/tickets.
There's a magic to the Rio Grande Valley and to this university. We are champions in the arena, in the halls, and in our communities. The Valley's pride. The Valley's future. The Valley's University.
Support. Some call it the foundation of success. Joining the V Club assists in the success of our student athletes. Preparing our student athletes for excellence in life.
Thanks for tuning in to today's UTRGV Coaches Show. We'll be back every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. with a special re-airing on Sunday at 1:30 p.m. on Somos El Valle 5.3, cable 1241. Missed an episode? Want to watch this one again? Just visit our YouTube channel at goutrgv.com/coaches show. Big thanks to UTRGV men's basketball coach Matt Figger and women's basketball coach Lane Nord for joining us this week. They'll join us again next week as well. Until then, peace up.